still I got her name.
All right, I think we're back. So, you are
We were climbing stairs.
rested and ready. You stand within the chamber before the faintly glowing passage. Diana, still unconscious, is cradled gently by Helix, her breathing steady. The spread of the iridescent veins imperceptible thanks to Salonia's knowledge and Null's spellcraft. Bodhi, Null, Sahiri, and Hassan share the weight of the heavy chest containing the rare earth material that brought you to Barrett's Run. Navina and Salonia are standing side by side with number 30. And Tajir stands and holds the artifact that was floating above, or hovering above the altar. You all recall Tajir's reading of the hieroglyphs on the altar. Not all who dream are sleeping. Since Tajir is not here, he's going to hand the artifact to the person with the most experience, quote unquote, with the artifact, Salonia.
Oh god.
What do you do?
She's just turning it over in her hands and like looking at every part of it.
It looks like a scarab jewel on a crescent moon. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about it as you hold it in your hand.
Does it have like using my knowledge of the arcane, does it have any like aura it gives off or like any strange feeling?
Give me an Arcana check. $17. You do sense an aura coming off of it. You also feel like something is whispering in your head. But you can't make out what it's trying to say. It's sort of just a jumble of many different whispers. And it's very faint. It's not sort of overwhelming in your mind. It's very faint.
If she tries to focus on that, can she make out any words or language?
Yes. Give me just a straight intelligence. $17 again.
Again.
The words aren't familiar to you. It sounds very ancient. But knowing how Tajir translated what he saw on the walls in the antechamber as well as the altar, you sort of try and translate it in your head. You get the words think, and you get the words escape. Everything
Think and
before,
escape.
in between, and after those words are a jumble.
I don't know what this does, but it kind of talks. I think.
You think?
It's like really, really quiet. And I don't exactly speak the language. I think Tazir would, but I think I got a couple of words right.
You can... So you can kind of hear what it's saying to you? Like audibly saying to you?
Like in my head.
Oh, okay. In your head. Don't really love the implications of that.
Yeah, I was about to
And I
say.
don't. It said think and escape.
With Navina standing next to Salonia, can she just, like, with her experience with gemstones, can she tell what the main gem is, like, made of? Like, what kind of gem it is?
Give me a history investigation. Your choice. Not terrible. Actually, pretty good. It is what looks to you, in your experience, as sapphire. It's sort of a rich blue color.
And how large is it?
It fits in the palm of Salonia's hand, which I assume is
Okay.
not very big. Unless she has wildly large hands. Does she?
Permanent and large spell.
And that's the only gem in it?
Mm-hmm. The crescent moon that it's attached to looks to be made of gold.
And what is it exactly? Is it just like a symbol? Is it like some kind of piece of jewelry? Is it...
It looks like a piece of jewelry. Could be a hairpin. It could be a lapel pin. Could be an earring, if one so chooses. It looks like it serves many purposes as a piece of jewelry.
Well, for something that might be talking to you in your head, it's pretty expensive, material-wise anyway.
And it was just sitting down here in the dark on an altar. And I'm hearing voices in my head, and didn't Tazir's mom act like she was speaking to voices when we were fighting her?
Yeah.
Deeply concerning.
So should we hold it, put it on the end of a large stick and just kind of hold it out
Well, we could
as
always
we
just
walk?
put it in the bag. I think that would be fine.
Does it need physical contact or just to be close with your person?
I don't know. I can just set it down and walk away and see what happens.
Do you do so?
I mean,
Yeah, she's gonna do that.
Okay, so as you set it down, and as your fingers leave contact with it, the passageway dims. The glow is gone.
Oh. Does she still hear the voices?
Nope.
Yeah, she's gonna pick it back up again.
And the moment you make contact with it, the passageway begins to glow again. And the dissonant whispers in your head start again.
It seems like it needs contact, both for the voices and lights in the way out.
yeah, it's like a key.
Or a guide of some kind. Helix, have you ever seen anything like this? Anything similar?
He'll take a look at it to see if it rings any bells.
This particular artifact, no. You've never seen this before. None of you have.
So he holds it up. Did you hand it to him or? Oh no, it's just on the ground.
Well, she picked it back up again.
Okay. No, I can't say that I've seen anything like that before.
Null, do you feel anything else from it? Anything like divine, maybe?
So I guess I touch it a little bit. Should I do like an investigation check as well?
Well, the moment you take this artifact into your hand, the glow of the passageway glows brighter, and all of you standing around Null can see something glowing under his turban. You see his crystal glowing under his turban. Null, you also hear the dissonant whispers.
I look around for a second just to make sure that no one else in the group is speaking, and I make mention that I'm hearing whispering sounds, and I suppose I kind of like point to my turban and say that I feel like this is connected because both me and Tajir can read the strange writing on this wall, but not quite sure what to make of it.
And your turban's glowing like a disco ball again.
I'm not controlling this, so I feel like perhaps wherever my crystal came from is related to this object and the magic surrounding this temple.
Do you feel anything else from it?
I close my eyes for a second, take a deep breath.
You can make an Arcana or religion check, your choice.
Ooh.
Nope.
Damn, never mind. I have +4 in religion too.
You're not getting anything other than what you are feeling now. The dissonant whispers in your head grow slightly louder.
But I can't make out what they're saying to me, right?
Not with an 8.
Okay. So I tell the group I'm not sure if I should be holding this for too long because the whispers are starting to get louder in my head.
Well, maybe wait just a second, because with two of you touching it, everything got brighter around us. There is a part of me that is curious what happens if 3 people touch it. Does the light get brighter? Well, maybe the words you guys are hearing get a little bit clearer and we can get more than just 2 words from it?
Do we have a third volunteer?
Navina?
I mean, I'm willing to, yeah. And she'll just walk forward and just sort of like gingerly basically poke it.
You just touch
She's
it
like,
with a finger.
"Mm-hmm." Yeah, it's like, I'll touch it, but like I'm not gonna grab it.
Fair enough. So as you do that, and the 3 of you are now touching it, the passageway glows even brighter. You hear the whispers jumbled in all 3 of your minds. You all hear the words sort of beginning to unscramble. You hear the words, not all who wander are lost, not all that is gold glitters, not all who are dreaming are asleep. Think of what your heart desires, and it is there you shall find your escape.
Navina
Think of
will.
what your heart desires?
You heard all of that too?
And then I nod my head.
What do you do?
So we have to think of what our heart most desires to get out, but there is a passageway that's glowing.
I mean, it is our only way out. If this thing is supposed to lead us to where our heart desires, the path would have to start from where we are to at least get out of here. I mean, I'm assuming all 3 of us have different things that our hearts desire, but none of them are going to be in this room.
Well, I mean, there's one passage. Helix, what do you think? Should we just start walking and see where it goes?
Honestly, feels like the most reasonable choice. We don't really have a means to backtrack, and that seems to be the way forward. It is going to be a little weird, the 3 of you walking, holding hands together in that triangle formation that you're in right now. So,
Yeah.
We'll have to navigate that.
I mean, I'm not
Just put
necessarily
us on your
sure.
shoulders.
No, I don't think all three of us need to be holding it to get out of here. I mean, it was still open and lit up, even if less so when just Salonia was holding it.
But you noticed that when Null was holding it, it glowed slightly brighter.
Let's have Null hold it.
I look at the group just to give a quick glance and a smirk, thinking to myself, "Oh, so they trust me with this treasure," and then I just nod my head and say, "Sure, I'll lead the way."
He runs the opposite way.
Salonia's gonna lean over and whisper to Navina. And also, if he tries to steal it, Jazir will kill him.
I mean, if that thing does lead to our heart's desires, currently that's reuniting with my mom. And I'm sure Helix's is reuniting with his grandma, or not grandma, sorry, granddaughter.
Oh God,
We're going back generations. Jesus. 200 years
Wrong
ago.
grand? It's like, so I think there'll be plenty of us trying if he does.
And then I like hear the whisper and I turn around like, "Don't worry, it's not like I can run anywhere."
Well, if it takes you to where you desire most, I just feel like we're going to end up in a bank vault.
Safer than this place. Let's go.
All right, after you, Null.
So I guess I start walking slowly,
Okay.
deeper into the pathway.
What is Null thinking of right now? Based on what you all heard in the whispers in your head.
What am I thinking?
Yeah,
What is Null thinking?
you know what the whispers said to you.
Oh. I mean, part of what I want is answers to my past, which seems to be potentially connected to this underground area. So I guess I'm thinking optimistically, maybe I'll find bits and pieces or clues just by going through this pathway. But not to get my hopes up too high.
Okay. So do you walk through?
Yes, sir.
Do the rest of you follow?
Yes.
Okay. So as you all step through the gate, in a flash of white and warmth, you find yourselves, as your vision returns, based on Null's desire, you find yourselves back within the start of the cave. The stone altar before you, the glowing passageway leading up just behind that altar.
Am I going senile in my old age? Did we not start moving yet?
Null, were you actually thinking of what you wanted?
Yeah. I guess I explain the potential connection between the crystal and this cave.
Then I'm guessing it took us right back to the entrance of the cave because Null, you were thinking about that the cave had the answers.
And then I gasp, should we stay in here and look around a little more then? Because I swear I didn't purposely want to lead us back where we started.
Maybe we have someone else try holding it and see if that works?
Sure, and then I just offer to pass up the relic to someone else.
Bodhi takes it.
What does it look like again?
It's a sapphire scarab affixed on a crescent moon.
I kind of examine it and like tap my fingernail against it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will attempt to try to use it as some kind of instrument.
You begin. What kind of instrument?
Like a ocarina.
Like a what?
Like an ocarina?
Ocarina.
Ocarina?
You all watch as Bodhi takes the artifact and brings it up and starts blowing into one of the tips of the crescent moon. No sound seems to come out. Nothing seems to happen.
Bodhi?
Mm-hmm.
That's not an instrument.
Well, figured as much since no sound seems to come out of it.
I mean, you can just hold it and lead us down the passageway and see if we end up somewhere different.
Okay. Does it feel like warm in my hands? Like alive? Or
It feels cold in your hands.
cold?
What does
What
Bodhi
happens
do?
if I like slowly go down the passageway with it?
Based on what they told you about your heart's desire leading to your escape, what is Bodhi thinking of as you begin walking towards the passageway?
I picture emerging from where we are and almost like the town, like a community of people greeting us on the outside and then cheering for us and talking about how our names will go down in history.
And this town, is this a town you're familiar with?
It's just like a microcosm of the world. Like I want to be like world famous.
Okay. So as you take a step through and the rest of you follow, again, in a flash of light and warmth, you walk into the passageway, and you all notice as you walk into the passageway, Null's crystal begins to glow even brighter, almost disco-like. Helix, give me a history check real fast.
I'm great at those.
7. As your vision clears, You all find yourselves within what looks to be a large mustering hall. You see groups of people dressed in similar uniforms, and they're lined up in groups. You all seem to be looking through someone's eyes as they are standing in line. Helix, you recognize this place. You recognize this time. This is day 0. This is muster day. This is the first day you arrived in Vassia. You find yourself standing in a line behind multiple people. What is going through Helix's head at the moment?
This situation is way too chaotic. There's way too many people doing way too many things. And he has absolutely no idea how he's going to find them.
And as Helix is thinking this, you all get this thought in your mind simultaneously. This exact thought that Helix just described. And as Helix moves further down the line, Helix, you see as you get closer to the front, you see a large desk where multiple people are sitting, but the line that you are on, the person in front of you, you see a young-ish, for an elf, shoulder length, white hair slicked back. You see he has amber eyes, marking on his forehead and chin. He has somewhat tan skin, and he's wearing a very overly embellished officer's uniform with sort of a purple half cloak draped over his shoulder. The person in front of you steps up. What is going through your mind at this moment as you near the front of the line?
That guy is way too well dressed for the situation that's happening. And he's wondering why that is the case as he looks around at what is effectively lines full of refugees.
You can go ahead and make an insight check or a perception check, your choice.
All right.
18. Hell yeah. So as you take a look around, you see what looks to be scores of not refugees, but recruits and volunteers. As you take a look around and you again focus on the elf sitting in front of you, you see that he looks sort of drained and extremely tired, like he hasn't slept in a couple of days. You see that he is engaged, but his smile is sort of waning, and he looks to be hanging on by a thread. You see the person in front of you step up to him. The elf looks up. He seems to be asking for papers. You hear the elf say, name, ID number, and location, please. The person steps up. You see that he is also of elven descent, shorter, sort of scruffier, dirty blonde hair. You can't see his face, but you feel a sense of familiarity. He steps up. Yes, sir. The name is redacted. Number 8675309. I am from Copper City, Adria's Reach. Sir? You see the officer in front. He looks to nod and smile, though struggling. He stamps a sheet of paper and hands it to Redacted. Redacted goes to shake the elf's hand and knocks over a cup of water, and he drops the stamped piece of paper in that water. He picks it up, wipes it off, rights the water glass, and then tips it over again. The officer, sort of still emotionless, that'll be all, Cadet. Thank you. Please continue to your mustering station. And he continues to look down at paperwork. The person in front of you, Redacted, sort of nervously shuffles from one end to the other, not knowing which way to go, and he just picks a direction and goes. You are next up in line, and as you step forward, he looks up at you. Wary eyes, struggling to keep that bright smile on his face. Papers, name, number, and home city, please.
Here you go. Travel documentation, other things. Name is, and then the rest of you just hear static. And I'm from the Reach. Mirage.
He nods. And you see that he takes your paper. He stamps it. I just want to say we are grateful for your people and the Reach for their assistance in sending who and what they can. We understand that this is not their fight. Not your fight.
Well, some of us have ties to this place, so we were going to come running. We are neighbors after all.
You see he struggles to keep his smile. Very well. And he hands you the piece of paper, and as you take a look at the piece of paper, you see that it says Rovigo, Helix Squad, Muster Station 7.
Right. He just looks at the document for a bit, and then he tries to find if there's any I guess map that indicates where the muster station 7 is.
There is no map, but you do see an exit from this sort of larger chamber holding all of these people, and you can sort of just suss out that all the people that have gotten their documents stamped and have gotten their assignments are walking in a singular direction. And as you begin moving in that direction, you see the person that was in front of you in line standing there staring at his documents. You see that his hands are shaking and that he's looking around extremely nervous and afraid.
He looks at walk up. So what brought you this way?
And he sort of wipes his nose. I just wanted to do my part. Pardon me. Can you point me in the right direction? I seem to have ruined my call sheet.
We'll stumble through this together. How's that sound?
And you see he's not crying, but you can tell that he has some sort of speech impediment that is worsened by everything going on around him. And all of you again are seeing this through Helix's eyes. He hands you his document, and you can see that it is practically ruined. It's almost unreadable.
Well, first thing he'll do is he'll just he'll try to straighten it out enough to see if there's anything that he can get off the document at all.
And as you're doing that, the people within seeing this, which is the rest of the party, what are you guys thinking in the moment? You're all present within his mind, sort of looking through his eyes. Through Helix's eyes.
Actually, well, the thing about it wouldn't be looking through. You would see human hands. You would hear a slightly different voice. Would they know it's Helix?
Let's find out. Salonia.
Mm-hmm.
What is going through your mind in this moment? What is going through your head in this moment?
First off, it's confusion, but then she's like intensely trying to remember everything she's seeing, so that she can ask about it later, because she doesn't quite understand what she is.
And just for context, the Salonia, Navina, Null, and Bodhi, you seem to be standing in a dark room where this sort of projection in front of you is happening, and this is what you're seeing. So you can see each other, but you can also see what's happening. It's sort of like a first-person movie screen.
Complete with the old-timey film grain.
Yes, old-timey film grain and static and hair. But you can see you can see each other.
Like, is it obvious it's Basia, or that would have to be based on if we can pick up cues?
Well, discuss it with your party and see. It's like I said, you can see each other. You're all standing in this sort of dark theater room.
Do you guys know what's going on?
No?
I shake my head side to side. We're like, I'm not sure where we are. I don't have any recollection of this.
I mean, I don't know where we are physically or how we're seeing this, but does anyone else get the scene that we're watching? If I'm thinking of the right point in what I know of history, this was a long time ago.
Where do you think it is?
You can make a history check.
Yes, let's see how accurate she is.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Based on what you've read in history, and based on what the stories that Helix has told you so far, you can tell by the architecture of the large building that you were just in, you can tell that it is of Vassian architecture. It's very Art Deco sort of architecture.
I mean, this is Vassia. Like the war that happened centuries ago, Vassia.
Oh, this is Vassia. This is the place Helix has told us all about.
How are we seeing this?
You see Null's crystal
Bodhi.
continuing to grow or glow.
I put my hand in front of it. Does it make a shadow?
It does. It does.
I make like I start like moving my fingers around, and then I discover like I could make like animal shapes.
Helix, you see, those like floating things when you get a like flashbang. You see that like the little floating things in your eye that when you try to follow it, it like you see an animal shape, and you're trying to figure out where it's coming from, but it's just ever
You see
evasive.
in the video playing before you, all of a sudden the person that is there is rubbing their eyes.
Bodhi. Bodhi. Stop.
Sorry, I carried away there. You
It,
seem to be projecting this from your noggin. No.
this isn't your memory, is it, Null?
No, I don't believe so. If this is Vassia during the war, I
It would
definitely
have
wasn't
to
born
be
alive.
Helix,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
I mean, he's the only one of us that was there, but
Exactly.
Bodhi,
But
what
why
were
would-
you thinking of when you were holding the scarab and we were following you?
Most desire, of course. I was thinking of being remembered and our tale being told as legend.
So it is showing us maybe a story that did become legend?
I feel like that makes sense. I mean, us as a group, we haven't done anything to be made of legend. But Helix was there.
When does Helix show up in this projection?
He didn't always look like we know him now.
He's said this before. He used to be human.
That's right.
And
Could he be
he's
that
not.
handsome devil up there?
I think this is his memory.
And as you all continue to watch this projection, you see the eye sort of look down after rubbing its eye. You see him look down at this sort of waterlogged, ruined piece of paper. Helix, you see the words, you see the letters CSPENAIDRIS. You see the letters HEXSQD. You see the letters MSTRSTION SVEN. And the elf in front of you, he begins pointing. I mean, that's my name, Caspian El Idris. I think that says Hex Squad, but I don't know. The letters are messed up, and this muster station Sven. I don't.
It's okay. Let's calm down. We'll work through this. I think I get the feeling that you and I are going to see a lot of each other. So, let's do this first. Caspian, it looks like you and I are in the same squad.
And you see he bends down and looks towards the paper, and he looks towards yours. Yeah. You can see sort of a wave of relief on his face. He gets excited to now have a direction in his life in the moment. And he puts out a hand. Caspian Al Idris, sir.
I don't know that there's a need for a sir yet. I'm just a minor, but it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And then you hear the static, but the static slowly goes away, courtesy of someone's
20.
20. It's a pleasure to meet you, Caspian. I'm Oren.
Oren. It's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. I think we should probably make our way, though. There's a lot going on, and
of course. And you see he stands up straight, puffs out his chest, and you begin walking. And as you travel through this sort of open field, you see different sort of smaller hangar areas, and you see one all the way up. You see the numbers go all the way up to 27, but you see one sort of smaller hangar with the number 7 written in big bold letters.
All right, he'll lead his new buddy that way.
Okay. So as you enter, you see a number of people stood within this hangar. 2, 3, 4, 5. You see about 7 people, 8 people total, and now including you and Caspian. Caspian just sort of waves very innocently and naively. All the rest of the people standing within this sort of look in your direction as you enter.
He'll pat Caspian on the back and kind of push him forward a bit. I found a little squirrel running about that seemed he needed a little help, so I brought him along the way. And he'll scan the room just to see what kind of everyone else's their faces. As we are preparing for what we're preparing for.
So as you look around, you recognize all of them. Not from this moment, but from moments past, from your current. Who do you see within this chamber? And what do you remember about them?
So just to clarify, these, because I'm meeting these people for the first time, but I'm recalling them as me.
Yes.
Okay. First person he draws eyes to, because you can't not draw eyes to them. Just pure from the presence in the room. He stares upon a gray-skinned Goliath fellow who wears the garb of someone that finds himself on the high seas rather regularly. And beside him is a dark-skinned man that, at first impressions, wears a smile that sort of unsettles Helix, that it means he feels like whatever trust he gives this man is gonna go the wrong way. But they're in it together now. So those are the two that come out the most.
So you see, as you look around, you see the others standing around. You see a what looks to be a human female rogue. You see another Goliath female cleric. You see a tabaxi wizard, another female, and you see a male gnome. He looks to be strumming a lute. So these three, you remember the human female rogue. You remember her as Victra Augustus. She brandishes short swords on her back. And you know that she is from Derval. You remember her as being independent, brash, vicious, but dependable. She, as you remember, was the sticky way, was your squad's way out of all sticky situations. The Goliath female cleric, you know her as Ursa Bjorndaughter. You know that she's from Rovigo. Durable, strong, unbreakable. The Tabaxi wizard, you remember her telling you stories that she is from the steppes of Adria's Reach. Brilliant, studied, stoic, enamored with the coast, strangely. She always had a strange infatuation with water. And the gnome bard, you remember him as Fitzpatrick Fitzgerald. He is from Urel, Vassia. You remember him as being kind, cunning, selfless, and in love with Victra. 3 of the 4 of these people, in the weeks and months following, you would go on countless successful missions with. Ursa, the Goliath cleric, didn't make it to Rovigo. What happened to her?
It was early. Right after we got kind of put together, but there wasn't really training per se on what to expect. We were just kind of thrown into it. And while we were making our way there to the city, we got caught by a relatively small, luckily, Bexy and Spout group. And she just took it upon herself to try and make sure everything was okay, and that you can't be a hero in these types of situations. And she tried, and there's one path for a hero, and it's not coming home. Not there. There were no heroes in Vassia.
And as you look around at your group again, you take a look at Raish Al-Shair, the Tabaxi wizard. She also didn't make it to Rovigo. What happened to her?
That one was just stupid. I think back on it. And for all of the, the knowledge that she had, all the, just everything that she could do with magic, and that's so impressive. And just to watch her shit herself to death was just kind of something you just don't expect to see, but it happened, and here we are. And now I'm remembering, it just kind of makes me mad thinking about it. Like, why the fuck did this happen? I get the supply lines were fucked from the begin with since the moment we got there, but you'd think somebody somewhere would have fixed it, but it turns out our heroic cleric went and got herself killed. Well, there goes our cures. So now one of our members is dying of fucking food poisoning, and we don't have anybody to cure it. So we just got to do it the old-fashioned way, and sometimes the old-fashioned way doesn't work in a war zone.
So as this inner monologue of Helix is happening, you all hear this echoing through the THX surround sound speakers within this dark theater room. And as his vision focuses on the gnome bard, Fitzpatrick Fitzgerald, the one from Urel, he also didn't make it to Rovigo. What happened to him?
That one just wasn't ready for it. He got out of every encounter by the skin of his teeth. But the further we got, the more the wounds just continued to, accumulate to the point he got slower. He couldn't move as well. He was always hurting. And that was just a very slow degrade to the point that we got in a standard engagement, and he just came across somebody better when he was hurt.
And where does your vision go to next? So for context, you're sort of in a boat, just traveling somewhere, and all of these people are present. And every time you look at them, you recall what you remember about them and whatnot. So where does your vision go next?
He'll look towards Caspian. And he'll just, you can feel a sense of pride as he looks at him. As he sits there and ponders what it is that this man has been through, where he ended up, where he started, a scared, very timid man that didn't belong where he was, but he rose absolutely to the occasion. It took some getting there, but it was time to stand into the fire. He did it. And he reminisces on a rather recent thing that has come across him. And you can hear him just kind of silently say, Caspian, you went through hell, but you made it through the dust. And you got to a bit of glory, didn't you?
You remember, in addition to that Caspian stuck by you through it all, that he looked up to you, admired you, and he was sort of loyal to a fault, sort of little brother energy. He made it to Rovigo. Where does your vision go next?
Victra.
Victra. What do you remember about Victra? Who also made it to Rovigo, by the way.
Yeah. Handy in a pinch. There's a lot that someone with skills like her can accomplish. Doesn't seem like they're much when you first meet them, but looks can be deceiving beyond his expectations. She managed to get us out once. That was absolutely crazy. You know, in terms of us getting out of going to a Bexian prison camp, I can't believe that she managed to not only sweet talk her way into one of the guards, pockets, I guess, is probably the nicest way to put it. But then to manage to get us out of that camp? Yeah, I have nothing but respect for her. I feel a little bad for the guard, though. She didn't have to kill him.
She was vicious, effectively vicious.
Indeed.
And you also remember when Fitzgerald succumbed to his wounds, that you remember Fitz being completely and hopelessly in love with Victra. She never paid him any mind. But when your group buried Fitz, you saw something die within Victra in that moment. She never showed it. Where does your vision go next?
It'll go to the Goliath fellow.
What was his name?
That's gonna require more checks.
The people within the theater.
And yeah, you could react to the current things.
You take a look at this projection, seemingly coming from Null's crystal. You saw the forming of the squad. You hear the memories within Helix's mind echoing through the speakers. You hear his thoughts. You hear his memories as he looks at each and every one of his party members. And as he takes a look at the gray-skinned Goliath, static begins to emanate from the speakers.
Do they see the memories? Because he's recalling them as memories. Do they see those?
No, you don't. They don't see the memories. They're only seeing. No. You guys are currently just standing in the muster hall, and you're taking a look at all of them. But in your memory, you're seeing memories of the squad and the missions and the various things.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they were watching the trip to Rovigo or not.
No. They only see what's happening in the present in the mustering hall. But they are hearing your memories. So we are back in the theater. Does the group react?
Not really sure what I was expecting. But kind of not what I've been hearing.
I mean, war is always glorified, right?
By the winners.
Yeah, and reality is a little different.
Yeah.
So as you take a look at Redacted, what do you remember about Redacted?
That boat.
The boat?
We're going down the river because, there's river systems that run all through Vassia, so we're using the rivers to try and get to Revigo. We caught fire. We didn't catch fire, but we caught some fire from the shorelines while trying to get down. And, we were in a bit of a pickle because we could have tried to get to the shore for the fact that our boat was sinking. Or we could try to find a way to get down the river on a sinking boat. And it turns out we had somebody handy enough on board to make that a thing. Which I'd never seen a man that big move that deftly with such, and at the same time so forcefully, to make sure that every hole in that ship was patched as it was happening. And clearly someone that had done this enough that it was kind of terrifying to think that there were ships that were this busted up just floating around on the sea. But apparently that was his life, and in fact it was. He constantly lamented about his first job, working in a absolutely shitty rust bucket, doing nothing but shoveling, as much water as he could out of it as fast as he could. Mm-hmm. But that skill came in handy as we made it out of there alive.
And as you utter his name, the static grows louder within the speaker system within the theater. If you're in the theater and trying to understand, you can make another history check if you'd like. Navina.
Okay.
Oh my god, Navina.
Navina wants to know.
Yeah, Navina wants to know.
Navina is
wants to know.
invested.
Navina has known this man a long time, and he holds his secrets well.
Yes.
Yes. She's
Looks like Bodhi don't give a damn.
Yeah, she's like staring intently at the screen, almost like a little kid enraptured in their favorite show.
She somehow has a bowl of popcorn.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I want to know everything.
So yeah, as you see Helix walk up to this Goliath fellow in the muster hall as they're meeting for the second time, or the first time. He reaches out a hand, and it's a pleasure to meet you, big guy. And you just hear in a rather thick, Brooklyn accent, name's Bruno.
And what sort of weapon is he brandishing on him at the moment?
At the moment, he has a enormous hammer.
Okay.
At the moment.
And as your vision shifts to the final person within this mustering hall, what do you remember about this person? And who is he?
Sharply dressed. Again, with a smile that you know you want to trust, but at the same time you don't. He somehow managed regularly to get intelligence on Bexian movement that shocked me every time. once he actually started letting us know what he was up to, the going abouts of what I guess people he managed, we ended up moving a lot swifter and a lot smoother. The missions started going considerably better. It almost felt like traps were laid for them before we even showed up. And he also seemed to know way more about us than he needed to know. But as time went on, I realized maybe that smile was worth trusting. Because in the end, whatever information he had, it got us out alive, and it never did me wrong. As he walks up again to an incredibly sharply dressed, dark-skinned man, dark-skinned human. He reaches out his hand, and he's like, he hears back, well, my name's Adrian.
And as you shake Adrian's hand, the screen sort of goes white, as if the film has been cut short. And as the white light fills the room, static begins to increase, pressure begins to increase within your ears. You are blinded by this bright light. The crystal in Null's head seems to flicker for a moment. And as your vision returns, according to Bodhi's desire, you find yourselves within that little town near Almiraj. The town with the cave and the displacer beasts.
Did we make it out?
Are we actually, there's no way we're actually here.
Maybe this is another hallucination caused by my crystal.
What hallucinations?
Projections of memories, perhaps?
We think yours?
I want to know.
And you see Helix with a rather confused expression.
Were you by any chance just reliving some memories?
I mean, I've been reliving memories ever since we walked into that cave. Kind of one of the reasons why I didn't offer to touch the jewel when y'all said to touch the jewel. I didn't.
But like vividly. Like as if it was happening again.
I do that quite often. There's a lot to reminisce about. I guess I just get lost in thought while I'm walking and nobody's talking.
Specifically
much because we were seeing things.
Yeah, potentially you meeting your squad in the muster hall.
But like, not like seeing you literally, but like seeing your memory of it. But we could kind of
And your thoughts.
hear your thoughts.
you could. I mean, I was definitely thinking about that. You know, it was kind of on the list of. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't really on the list of, you know, places I thought the crystal would take me, but it was certainly on the list of things that I was thinking about at the time. Y'all could. Wait a minute. Did I incriminate myself in any way?
When you say incriminate, what do you
Yes.
mean?
Well, I mean, if you're reading my mind, I kind of would like to know the details before I reveal any more.
Before I
as to
incriminate
why
myself.
I would incriminate myself.
We didn't like see you doing, like, we saw through your eyes and heard like your current thoughts about the
About
people
all
you
of
were
your-
with, but we didn't see you guys like do anything.
Okay, good.
I want to question it. I won't, but I want to.
What did y'all? You just saw what?
You met someone named Caspian, directed him to the muster hall, and then slowly, one by one, looked at everybody there and gave a very in-depth dialogue of what you thought of their fates.
I mean, I was thinking about. To be fair, I was thinking about my old comrades. You know, and some of the situations with them are more frustrating than others, and some are rather good. You know, I mean, I do get very heated in my mind sometimes. I guess.
That's fair.
Was that happening, or was something else happening?
No, that's it.
That was
Okay.
it.
It seemed, I mean, we know 3 never made it to Rivigo, but the rest of them, they all died as well.
Yeah, if you're recalling my squad, yeah, we all died.
Were you the only one who became a
No,
Warforged?
no, I wasn't. Out of that first group you saw, there were 5 of us total. There were more that came along the way, but out of those first few, only 5 of us made it to the end.
And who else became a Warforged? Are they still around?
They're all still around, yeah. It's been it's been a bit since I've spoken to some of them, but they're all still around as far as I'm aware. It's not like Warforged up and disappear.
What?
No, but it's
You
still a new
did-
concept.
Yeah, and you did kind of blink out of existence not that long ago, and then blinked back through your spear.
You know, okay, so to be fair to me in that scenario, that doesn't phase me out of things that could possibly happen. I think I might have briefly discussed this before. If I blink out of existence and then reappear out of existence, that's a good thing for me.
I mean, you've kind of explained it.
So, I guess when I say well, this one's kind of weird. When I say a Warforged can't just up and disappear, it's that when one of us to simply put it, since, you know, we look like machines, when one of us breaks, we just go to a place and we can interact with one another there. And then we eventually come back. It's not, I will say that me coming back through my spear, this is a first. That's a first, but that was not a Warforged thing. That was another thing. I think I was being messed with. But that's the normal process. Warforged breaks, they go to the place. When it's time to come back, you come back. You kind of emerge from a big kind of fungal pod, and then you go on about your day.
And as you guys are discussing this, as you take a look around, you see about 10 or 12 villagers standing around, just staring at your sudden appearance. Which shouldn't be strange, except the Dune Hauler is also behind you.
Okay, great. So as this is happening, you would have seen Helix going, "Where the fuck is the Dune Hauler? Where the fuck is the Dune Hauler?"
And like, the rest of the group is there.
Everyone is with you in this moment, yes. You see Bodhi sort of signing autographs as well to a few children that have run up to him.
And like the chest is also there.
Everything is there. It's like you took a step through the passageway and you just continued your step with that sort of flash of the theater in between. It was like a dream for all of you. And then you woke up mid-step in the farm village with the cave.
Wait a minute. Is this not an illusion?
I think it's real.
Okay, but how?
I'm going to introduce you to a very novel concept, okay, Navina?
Mm-hmm.
Magic.
I want to smack you, but I won't.
You see
'Cause
number...
Go ahead.
You see number 30 sort of just loosen his grip on the chest, leaving the other three to carry the weight. And he sort of steps forward, and as the upper city of Almiraj hovers sort of in the short distance ahead of you, he just looks up at it in wonderment. And he just looks towards you, Navina, and he just smiles and nods, and you can see within his face a sense of wonder and relief, but also sadness.
Are you okay?
I am. And then he just sort of turns in the general direction of Barrett's Run. Number 31, though. She's not here.
No, I'm not really sure how that happened. Have you ever been this close to the city?
Not that I've seen it from afar. But I am not a big fan of crowds, so I was happy seeing it from a distance.
Are you still wanting to go to the city?
He looks up again at the upper city floating. And then he looks back at you. If it is where I must go, then yes. If that is where you are going, I will follow.
It is where I'm going, but I don't want to force you to do anything.
And you see he turns again in the direction of Barrett's Run. I don't want to leave you, but I don't want to leave 31 out there.
Yeah, I
will go where I am needed. You tell me.
Navina will look towards the rest of the group and kind of like look at them, being sort of like helplessly, like she's not really sure where to direct him to go.
Well, don't we need to deliver these materials? She points at the chest.
Yeah.
Sahiri says, yes, we need to bring this back to Mortimer.
Let's do that right away then. They're valuable, right? We don't want them out in the open for very long.
You can see that she's holding one of the handles in the corner of the chest with two hands now. The sooner we can drop this off, the sooner the better.
Right, let's go then. We know where that is.
Navina will quickly turn to her brother. Do you want to just for now meet my family here and then make your decision after that?
He continues staring to the east. Of course. If that is what you require of me, that is what I will do.
If you want to go search for her, you can. But I want you to know how to find me here. You haven't been to the city yet. And I can't give you a good enough map to where I would be.
I was not very good at maps anyway. 31 was better at that than I was. I moved too fast for maps.
I can imagine you doing that, yeah.
I will stay with you. But only for a moment, and then I must find 31 and bring her here as well.
Of course.
And he moves and he picks up his slack of the chest, and the four of them begin walking. And as the group continues to walk, you're walking and talking. Go ahead and make perception checks as you guys are walking. Salonia and Null and Tajir, welcome. The three of you, as you get closer to the lower city, you notice immediately that the Sakari camps filled with Sakari refugees that you've known for as long as you can remember, at least in the last couple of months. The Sakari camps have dwindled Only a few tents stand. There's no longer a crowd of Sakari refugees outside the perimeter of the lower city.
What do you think happened? Did they let more refugees in?
I mean, we can only hope that that's the case. That or they found a place to move on to. They're not really stationary people for the most part, right? They're nomads.
I suppose, yeah. Do you think Mortimer will know?
I think that's a pretty good guess.
He could.
And as you continue on, you make your way through the sparsely scattered tents. You see a few Sakari still remaining. They seem to watch as your party, followed by the dune crawler, sort of slowly moves through towards the entrance of the lower city.
I mean, do we want to just ask one of them?
Oh, I suppose we could do that too.
So you look around, you see a family of four sort of preparing a meal over a cauldron, a small cauldron over a lit fire.
Odie, why don't you go ask them?
I see you blinking. Bodhi?
Ask them what exactly.
Where everyone went.
I go up to them.
The female human turns and regards you as you approach.
Excuse me, little lady.
Yes.
Where did everyone go?
She looks around and wipes her brow. Nobody knows. They seem to have scattered.
Scattered?
Veilstorms do that to people.
Like they ran or they disappeared?
Some ran, some tried to get into the city for cover. Others ran into the desert.
Is that a good idea? To run into the desert?
Well, when you have no place to go, and that is your only option, then that option is a good option.
Fair enough. Why didn't you run?
Yeah, we were fortunate enough. We are not stricken by the sickness. We had no reason to run. We prayed to Azra to keep us safe, to protect all that we have left. And she motions to her wife and her two children, and the very small tent, sort of filled to the brim with knickknacks and belongings. We are tired of running.
Has anyone come back since the storms?
She shakes her head. Those that ran into the desert have not returned. Those that tried to make into the city, I do not know.
Can I study, as she's like telling me this, I study her face.
Okay, go ahead and give me an insight.
Oh my god.
4.
That's my third 4 in a row.
You don't see much emotion in her face. She's sort of matter-of-factly explaining this to you. Is there anything else I can help you with? Where, and she sort of looks towards your party and notices the dune crawler. Where are you coming from? I only ask because I would like to know if you saw any refugees.
About to answer, and then I turn to the group and I say, where did we come from? And how did we get here?
Well, last I checked, we were in Barrett's Run, right?
Yeah.
Don't really know how we got here.
Did you see any refugees on your way here? You can now see a worried look on her face.
Unfortunately, we encountered a storm, and the storm kind of threw us back.
You encountered a storm as well.
They're not that hard to, they show up quite a lot in the deserts to the east. So it wasn't that unlikely that we would.
Did you... And she looks down. During the storm, did you see... And she moves closer to you, Helix, in sort of a hushed tone. Did you see the stars blink?
Why do you ask?
She looks towards her children for a moment. My son told me that the stars were blinking at him. I thought it was a trick of the eye, or the storm messing with the senses as it does. But when I looked up, and through whatever break in the clouds I could see through, they indeed were.
They blink in a particular pattern, or?
She turns to her partner and says something in a dialect you don't quite understand. The other female walks up. This one looks slightly older. Both of them look to be in their, early 40s, late 30s. The other woman comes up. Yes, short, long, short. They would disappear for a moment or so, and then long.
Huh. So you said short, long, short, and then just two longs. And then it would stick around for a bit, or there'd be a pause.
During the storm, that is the pattern that we noticed, and it would just repeat and repeat until the storm was gone. Is that something you've seen before?
He'll look to the rest of the group. There's been a lot of weird things that happen in these storms. I've come across quite a number of things. So.
And you saw no refugees on your journey back or within?
There was no journey back for us. The storm sent us back. So we just kind of skipped over the trip home.
You survived. You were taken by the storm and survived.
Well, the storm the storm does plenty of strange things. But yes, I would say that it appears we survived.
You see that there is sadness within her eyes. And she turns to her partner and she says something again in a dialect you don't understand. And you see her partner sort of pull her collar down slightly, and right between her collarbones and her neck, you can see what looks to be iridescent veins sort of slightly crawling up. She turns back to you. My wife Mika, she's sick. She's not well. Is there anything you can do to help? Anything at all?
We can try and take a look.
She nods and she steps aside. Mika continues to hold her collar down, and she just shows all of you. And this iridescence looks very similar to what Diana is suffering from as well. And this, from what you guys remember coming in and out of the city within these past weeks since New Year's Eve, you've seen sort of different stages of this. You've seen some Sakari, or a number of Sakari, have these iridescent crystalline veins growing from different appendages, and some of you have also seen crystals jutting out from some of the Sakari as well, a number of the Sakari. What are you doing, Bodhi?
I just try to perceive, or I guess I try to investigate what's wrong.
I mean, you've seen this before. You've seen it on Diana. You've seen this iridescent growth
right.
before. You know that it is highly resistant to magic and physical force.
Can I make a history check, if just to jog my memory on like anything else about it?
I just told you everything.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a predicament.
We don't know how to cure it, but I think it's possible to slow it.
To slow it, how? Our druids and shamans have tried everything.
Well... I could maybe try?
Mika steps forward.
She's going to attempt to do exactly what she did to Diana.
Which is?
Basically slow the time of the spread.
How?
She used the artifact and hoped.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. The DC is 25.
Wait. Nope. That is an 11.
The artifact stays fairly warm in your hands. It does not go cold as it does when it is active. You see Mika looking at you with worried eyes.
I'm sorry. I'm having some trouble getting this to work.
She pulls her collar up and covers the marks. And she just looks at your party with remorse and sad eyes, and she walks back to her children and continues preparing dinner. The other female regards you. Thank you for trying.
I wish I could do more.
She nods. And she turns and walks back to her family. The sort of sadness and remorse melting away as she turns to her children and puts on a smile for them. So as you continue on into the city, where does the party go?
Mortimer's.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You head back to Mortimer's. The shop is empty of customers at the moment, but you do see Mortimer tinkering with things behind the desk. And as he notices your approach, he turns. Ah, Navina, welcome back. Did you find it?
find
The materials.
yes.
Good.
And she'll like motion to I'm assuming Sahiri and the ones carrying the chest are coming in.
Yes, they're all in. They sort of place the chest down. Sahiri walks up. My apologies, Mortimer, for our delay. We had some difficulty. Mortimer just nods. Well, I'm just glad that you're okay. Everything is there. Everything is unscathed. Everything is fine. As far as I know, those who tried to take it didn't succeed, not even in opening it. Oh, good. Thank you. And Mortimer looks at each and every one of you. Thank you. This is more help than you know.
What exactly are you going to be doing with these?
He takes a deep breath. The Saraitel have figured out a way to bring people back.
Really?
They needed a power source strong enough. And I believe what's in that chest is what we've been waiting for.
They're sure?
In theory, we haven't really tested it yet. Last I heard, a few of the Unmakers volunteered, but they themselves were unmade in the process.
Unmade?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
They no longer exist.
They disappeared like everyone from New Year's?
Oh, not quite. It was a bit more gory, from what I've been told.
So killed?
Yes.
Torn apart?
Torn apart. The energy required
Spaghettification?
was greater than we thought. And as we were waiting for the shipment, the Calanthier and the Saraitel were willing to try a few things.
And they still think that might be a solution?
Well, it wasn't them that thought it. They laid the theory on the table, and the Unmakers, a few of them, volunteered. They believed that their Solaris crystals were enough.
Do you know who exactly came up with this?
I don't know. I'm not in that circle. But I believe it was the Lux Primaris, if I'm not mistaken. Or if I had to make a guess.
And you're going to be helping them with all of this?
Yes.
What kind of power source is in that chest?
He turns and walks towards his desk, and he pulls out a notebook and he begins rifling through the pages. I believe this material is called Core, K-O-R.
Have we ever heard of that before?
You guys have not.
Not even Helix?
About to say, is this a material that I might have overheard a certain granddaughter talking about?
Give me
And then subsequently know nothing about?
give me a history check with disadvantage.
I mean, I already have shitty history.
You never know.
For a man that has lived a long ass time, he seems to
Not remember things well.
no, he just stares off. He has a 1,000-yard stare constantly.
No, you've never heard. I mean, you've heard of theories from Lyra, about material similar to Solaris, but you never heard her name anything specifically. But you have heard of her theories.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did
When
you
is-
find this?
It was a lot of sourcing information, a lot of trial and error, a lot of money.
Yeah, but like, where did the material come from? Was it mined?
Barrett's Run.
Oh,
And he
Okay.
sort of rifles through the pages and he turns to one very obscure passage written a long time ago about a strange material found within Barrett's Run. But again, very vague.
And when will you be working with them to create whatever it is they're going to be making?
Immediately. I have schematics drawn up. As soon as possible. Now that I have the material in my hands, I can begin testing. Less theory, more testing, with more solid results.
Will you be doing the testing here?
No, I will be joining the Saraitel within the Solaris Heart.
This is probably a big ask, but could either we all be there to see what happens, or could I be there?
I'm sure I can pull some strings. Maybe not all of you, but certainly you, Navina.
And if nothing else, it'd be a good learning opportunity for me.
Of course. Of course. And he takes a deep breath and he looks at the chest. Well, I must start working and get things prepared. It's going to be some time, Navina, before I can have a working model, but I will let you know when I have something. I am planning to present my findings to the Saraitel within the week.
Okay. Please be careful. I know that you're very familiar with volatile items, but if whatever happened before unmade people, this is different.
I won't be in the direct line, and I am not volunteering myself to do anything of the sort, so you don't have to worry about me.
But you're still making it.
Yes.
You taught me that when making an explosive, if you're not careful, you could set it off too early.
Indeed, I did say that, but I am not making an explosive.
Not an explosive, but something that unmade people previously. I'd say that's a little bit more dangerous if concentrated very specifically.
I'm aware of the risks. I've done the math. Unless I am directly sort of in the process, I should be okay.
Okay. Just keep me updated, I guess.
I will. Did you find anything in your adventure?
Some people we came across along the way.
And he
More
looks,
questions than answers.
He looks around the room, and he he recognizes Hassan and Sahiri as the additional party members. He looks at Helix, who is still cradling an unconscious Diana, and then his eyes set on the strange, lanky, pale, white, long hair gentleman standing by the door warily. Who might that be?
He is a very long story, but to make it very short and potentially very confusing for you, he's family.
He narrows his vision. Family. I am not aware of any of your parents having relatives with children like that.
Trying to be like upbeat and jovial, Navina will like not really skip, but like sort of like hop over to him and then just be like, "Do you not see the resemblance?"
His eyes widen as he tries to find it, and he just looks at both of you. You know what? No, I don't.
Oh. Well, it's a long story, and you have a very important job.
And he motions to the unconscious Diana, and is she also your family?
Not mine.
She doesn't look very well.
She is his family, and she points at Tazir.
Then Helix walks over to Zir and like holds up Diana. Don't you see the resemblance?
He narrows his vision as he tries to find the resemblance. I think we need to establish what family. Like, I don't see the resemblance.
His mother.
Oh,
Also, Mortimer, not everybody looks like family. How many people?
well, that is why I said we must divine family. Like, are they blood? Because, and then she, he motions to Navina, and then he says, Horgal and Allery. And then he just does one of these to Navina.
I mean, no, I get
Yeah.
it, but also counterpoint. Look at me, and then Lyra, and that's blood. And then he gives like a little wink.
He curls his mustache. Touche, Sir Helix, touche. Well, I must get to work. Please, I thank you again for keeping Navina safe and retrieving these materials. Oh yes, and then he runs behind the counter and he brings out a small chest and plops it on the table. Your reward.
It also have explosives in it?
No.
You
Why
paused.
did you hesitate?
He just squints his eyes.
Did you booby trap the chest, Mortimer?
I did not. It is only right that I pay the reward that is promised. Now, why would I do such a thing? Especially to you.
I mean,
How I am appalled.
not necessarily to us, but you did broadcast a very large amount of coin.
Indeed, I did.
That's
And
kind of
I must protect my investments. And just the mere thought of me doing something like that would probably be enough to deter people from trying to take my gold. And he pushes it forward. And he puts his chin on both of his hands and he waits expectantly.
Navia's kind of just standing back and sort of like grinning. She wants to see who is gonna go for it.
He is also
And
grinning.
what's gonna happen.
Ear to ear grin from Mortimer. No
All right,
takers?
So the chest is not booby trapped?
No. And then he squints his eyes at you.
Felix, do you want to open it?
I'm currently carrying an unconscious woman.
Oh, I thought you
Hey,
were
no.
easier. Sorry.
Hey, no.
Hey, no, there's 1,000 gold in that chest. Don't you want it?
No, don't have Null do it.
You know, if there's 1,000 gold and I open it, some might go missing. So, are you sure? As I slowly reach for the chest, just seeing if anyone's gonna stop me.
You see Mortimer's eyes widen as your hand gets closer to the chest. Almost with go ahead and make an insight check. All of you, if you'd like.
Do I get advantage for knowing Mortimer?
Yes.
Well,
Yay.
I'm about to get my hands blown off.
Salonia.
Oh, I
no.
still rolled like shit.
22 from Tajir. Okay. I will say Bodhi, Tajir, Salonia. As you watch Null as he slowly reaches, it's almost in slow motion. He's reaching for the chest. You see Mortimer's eyes widen, his grin widen. You can also see a little madness twinkle in his eye.
Uh-oh, did he glitter bomb it?
My hands are slowly reaching.
You're not being stopped.
And as you reach and unclasp the front and open the chest, I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. And I will do so for the rest of...
Null should get disadvantage. He's opening it.
I mean, funnily enough, number 30 rolled a natural 20 for a total of 26. Sahiri rolled a 17, and oh my god, I rolled 2 natural 20s. So Sahiri rolled a 17, number 30 rolled a natural 20, and Hassan rolled a natural 20. Anyone that rolled below a 15, below an 18, sorry. As the chest opens, an explosion does occur. And those that rolled below an 18, being that this is Mortimer's forte, you are now covered in glitter, and you all know how hard glitter is to get out.
Oh, I knew it.
Congratulations! And you can see he jumps up on the counter, hands outstretched.
I'm sure glad that you can experience such entertainment.
Oh. Well,
Navina just claps.
a reward like this shouldn't go without celebration.
This is a celebration.
And being that the Spurs backed out and you were the only ones, I had to make it a little special.
The Spurs backed out.
Yes.
They were there.
He just looks at you in confusion.
We saw a couple of them.
That is... Are you sure?
Sahiri, weren't they the ones who attacked you?
The Spurs, no. Sakari Raiders, yes.
But why did we see...
We definitely saw at least one of them. She was not friendly.
Was that when I was in my spear?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mortimer rubs his chin. Oh, well, I will have to speak to Ven about that. He assured me that he is backing out of this contract because he's being sent by the Vezarin to the west. How do you know that it was the Spurs? Or a member of the Spurs?
Do we know that, Tajir?
He just looks over towards you, Tajir, as she mentions your name, and he raises an eyebrow.
I'm sorry, do we know what?
Who some of the members of the Spurs are?
Your party said you saw a member of the Spurs within Barrett's run, but the Spurs have been sent west. They backed out of the contract, saying that they had a bigger opportunity. And as far as I'm aware, Ven took the whole band.
Clearly he did not.
Again, how do you know it was a Spur? And if it indeed was, I will have a word with Ven, and I will take it to the proper authorities.
Let's just say that I know.
He squints. Very well. Again, they backed out of my contract, but very strange. But nonetheless, the gold is yours. Along with the glitter and the fanfare.
I don't think we got a choice about the glitter.
I think you did.
Yeah. Kind of let that one happen. I thought it'd be funny.
Thanks, Navina.
I know him too well, okay? It wasn't gonna be easy. And we've had a rough couple days. I thought it'd be funny.
Your 10 insight, you knew it was something, you just didn't know what it could have been.
No, but it's Mortimer. He's not that reckless.
Well, I'm sorry to cut the celebration short, but I must begin my work. If we are to bring these people back.
Yeah, of course. Don't let us take up any more of your time.
And he looks to Sahiri and Hassan. Could you help me bring this to the back? And I may need your assistance in a few errands around the city. I don't need anything outside anymore. Sahiri and Hassan just sort of look at each other. Of course. Sahiri walks up to you, Navina, with the device, the broken device. I guess while I'm here, I'll work on repairing this. This way we can hear the message in its totality.
That would be greatly appreciated.
She nods and she puts the device in her pocket. And her and Hassan both pick up the chest and move into the back room. Mortimer immediately begins tinkering with various contraptions behind the counter. Where does the group go next?
Once the group steps out of the door, Davina's gonna cast prestidigitation on herself.
Okay. You remove the glitter with more glitter. You are glitter free now. It sort of cancels each other out.
Are we wanting to go to the forge?
Should we, I don't know, maybe check on the children?
Well, they're in two separate places.
Yeah, which child?
He just nods.
Oh, well, you want to split up?
Not particularly.
So the one that isn't at the forge.
I would also like a destination where I could put...
put her down?
Yes. So wherever we go, it needs to be where she is going to be.
You
All right, Tazir, where
remember...
do you want your mother?
You remember a particular waterbed that she may find particularly comfortable.
Alrighty, I guess we're going to the apartment.
I mean,
Hideout.
Tazir, where do you want your mom? You're muted if you're talking.
Where do you think is safe?
Well, we're either going to the safe house or the forge first.
I mean, I'd rather she not keep traveling, but if we have to.
So pick where you want her, and that's where we go first, Tazir.
Which is the safest?
Probably the safe house.
It is in the name.
In the safe house it is.
Okay.
Okay. So as you take the dune crawler and travel through Busker's Alley, you reach the safe house. The doors never the door is open. And as you enter, you see Esther, you see Iris, and you see the child. And you also see what was Esther's husband's name, Bodhi? Bodhi?
You are not muted if you're talking.
Bodhi!
We will call him
His name is Franz.
Franz. We'll call him Franz for now.
That is what Bodhi called him. I wrote it down.
Okay, perfect. Esther and Franz, you see you see Esther, you see Iris sitting nearby the table. You see Lee and Ray sort of feeding Iris strips of bacon from the table. Franz currently has his back towards your group as you enter. Esther's eyes sort of light up. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope everything is well.
Clearly fantastic, as you can see. I am absolutely shining, just sparkling as much as you can.
I see all of you, save Navina, looks to be sparkling. That is very good to hear.
I'm dirty.
This is Franz, my husband. And he sort of stands up, he turns around, and you see as he turns around a older gentleman with curly black hair, shoulder length. You see a curly beard, short-ish beard, and sort of cerulean eyes as he turns, smiles, and regards your party. Welcome. My apologies if I was not here to greet you before. I had other business to attend to.
Navina's gonna lean towards Salonia. Is this the same guy that killed all of us in that weird dream place?
It looks like him.
Esther sort of walks past. Oh, you look like you've seen a ghost. Is everything okay?
How long have you been married to your husband?
Oh, and she looks up. Franz, what do you say? 50 years? He looks down and smiles gently. 55, I believe, my dear.
He looks very young.
He has good genes. And she sort of snuggles up and nuzzles herself within, sort of under his arm and his chest. And he sort of moves his hair, and you could see that they're slightly pointed, denoting that he may have elven descent. Not full elf, maybe half.
Does he seem like he recognizes us?
No insight check needed. He is greeting you as if he is meeting you for the first time. Would you care for some breakfast or some tea or coffee, perhaps?
I'm okay. I think we're just here to check on Leanne Ray.
She's been such a pleasure. Her and Iris, they seem to have bonded very well. And you can hear Iris sort of doing that crying sound. And as you look, you can see the plate of bacon is now empty. And Franz sort of, it was only a few pieces of table scraps. I apologize. I don't normally like to feed other people's pets. And then he just motions to Leanne Ray, but she is very insistent.
You know, that's perfectly fine. The whole point was to have her watch over Leanne Ray. So if they bonded and that's the result of it, then that's fine.
He nods and smiles, and he walks over to Iris and pets her on the head, gives her scritches under the chin. She has been an absolute pleasure. She has been no trouble at all. You do not have to worry about that.
That's good to hear. I wasn't expecting anything bad from her. She's an absolute delight, so.
I can see why. She's a very good dog, and he just looks at her.
Would pet her, but then I would have to clean the dirt out of my own dog's fur, and I don't really want to do that right now.
It is quite all right. Well, help yourselves to coffee or tea. whatever remains of the breakfast that Leon Ray here has not fed to Iris yet. But if you'll excuse me, I must use the bathroom. And he nods and regards each of you, and he begins walking up the stairs.
You maybe want to head upstairs, Helix, and put Diana down somewhere?
Yes, I was just thinking that. So I think I'm gonna go give her a bed, and then we can decide what to do next.
I'll follow him.
Okay. And as you both make your way up the stairs, you find the spare bedroom. Oh my God, what's his name? Amma is not currently in the room. He is sitting within Leon Ray's room. So the bed and the room is free.
Hold up, is that the room where
Yep.
Yep.
where the sex page? No,
Yeah.
no, we're not putting her in there.
Yes, we are.
Oh no.
So you could see that Helix just walks her in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Helix,
begins.
is there no better place we could put her?
We put the child in the better place. If she's your mother, I'm pretty sure she's, familiar with the concepts of this. And then he just pokes at, one of the items.
It wiggles.
Yeah, but hasn't she been through enough mentally?
Yeah, but at the same time, it would kind of be hilarious to wake up to that.
Would that be hilarious or
Traumatizing,
yeah?
triggering.
I'm just trying to, she's going to wake up, be in a strange place, and, already be traumatized, especially after what she just went through. So something that we can laugh at when she wakes up, maybe is a good idea. That was my thought.
Yeah, or maybe we could just talk to the guy and tell him not to.
Not to... Do you think they're going to do something while she's here?
Not to what?
You never know.
I see. Well, I can put her on the couch. That's the only other location we have.
There is like a very long bench at the end of the bed. It's cushioned. It's not very big. It'll fit her, but it's not very big. It's, a place where you sit down and put your shoes on.
That be sufficient?
Yeah, and then I'll just help make her comfortable.
Okay, so you gather the pillows from the water bed and place them on the bench. You grab some blankets and whatnot, and you try to make her as comfortable as possible. And she is still very much unconscious, very much still asleep. But as you take a look at her, Tajir, you can see that the iridescent veins have spread further up and is now snaking up her cheek and towards her ears.
All right, let's try and figure out something for her.
You need to make her more comfortable, or
For the veins.
I don't even know what that is.
That's literally our entire goal. So, yes, we are working towards that. Yes, I mean, Mortimer just told us that they have a potential fix, and maybe that fix will help us with this. But unless you know a means to deal with this, or have the knowledge to research it, I mean, any ideas worth investigating at this point if you have one.
So, have we physically seen Leanne Ray yet?
Yeah, she was sitting at the table
Just-
feeding the dog
Okay, I
bacon.
can remember.
Yeah. You're just playing with Iris.
Got it.
And just for context, as you look around the room, you can see a calendar on the wall. It is early morning of the 21st of Janistide.
Can we leave?
You left Almirage somewhere around the 10th.
Oh, okay.
Is that correct? Did we expect, does that match what our mental, like our actual physical experience was?
Your physical experience said that, told you that it was, before you entered the cave, it was about the 17th or 18th. Before you stepped into the glowing passageway.
So anyone else notice that we just missed a day or two, potentially?
Yeah. But with these kinds of magics, I am not terribly surprised by it.
It also kind of reinforces my original theory that we weren't teleported, that we all just got into the dune crawler and then collectively, you know how you just zone out? You just zone out and then you get to the location and you're like, how did I get here?
That's exactly what happened. Just that moment of shock. Oh my god, how did I get here? Yeah, we'll say that's exactly what happened. As you think about it further now, as you're trying to figure out where these last 2 or 3 days have went, and as you think past what the vision that you experienced, you sort of remember hearing the hum of the Solaris engine within the dune crawler. You vaguely remember bumps on the road. One of you, whoever it was, remembers vaguely driving. So yeah. Just doesn't make sense in your mind. It's sort of a blur.
I don't know why we would have done that, because I feel like we had unfinished business there, but I'm not going to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Who is left downstairs, or is everyone upstairs?
Navina would have stayed downstairs just to see, like, how are Lee and Ray and 30 reacting to each other.
Lee and Ray seems to be preoccupied with Iris. She doesn't seem to have taken notice. 30 has not reacted. He's still sort of in culture shock mode. He's trying to still process the size of the city, how the upper city is floating, how all these people fit in this space of Almirage. But he's just sitting on the couch, I'm assuming next to you, just 1,000 miles stare.
Mm-hmm.
Lee and Ray sort of hops off the table and grabs the the nape of Iris's neck, and Iris sort of moves and guides Lee and Ray towards you, Navina, and she just looks at you blankly with her blind eyes, and you can see that she smiles at you at first as she puts a hand on your knee, and then you see her attention slowly turn to the stairs where the rest of your party is.
Is something wrong?
She just turns to you and she gives a very, very slight nod.
Is someone in danger?
She nods again.
Do you know who?
She just looks up the stairs again.
Is someone up there a threat?
He nods. She nods, sorry.
Is it Franz?
She shakes her head.
Diana?
She nods.
How do you know that?
She just stares at you with sad eyes.
Will she wake soon?
She looks down and shakes her head.
Is that the danger?
She nods. And then she puts a hand to her chest. And then she looks up the stairs again.
Does Leon Ray have the same, like, crystal veins anywhere?
Not that you can see.
Is there a way for her to wake up?
She sort of bows her head and just puts her hand on her chest again. And then she looks up and nods. And then she puts a hand out to yours, Navina.
She'll reach out and grab her hand.
And then with one hand on yours, one hand on Iris, she begins to move towards the stairs. Do you follow?
Davina will go.
And as the three of you begin walking towards and up the stairs, 30 just looks up at you. Just confusion and shock in his eyes. And
It's a lot, I know.
You make your way up the stairs. He nods at that, and he just folds his hand and just looks down again. And as you walk up the stairs, you see the rest of your party gathered outside the room. Leon Ray lets go of your hand, and she allows Iris to guide her into the room. And she stops and she looks up at Tajir. Tajir.
Yes.
The child has stopped in front of you and has looked up at you, and then slowly looks back at Diana.
Is there something wrong?
She nods.
Not much of a talker, are you?
She shakes her head. But
She has been blind and mute the entire time.
She gives you a very kind smile.
I kind of need you to give me a little bit more.
She begins moving towards Diana.
I'll follow.
She stops. She lets go of Iris. And she sort of gets down on a knee just to get level. Or not even a knee, just a slight crouch. And you can see that she's just sitting there watching. And then she just looks at you, Tashir, with a expectant look. Like, should I? Can I?
What is it that you...
She points towards the crystalline veins.
You can fix it?
She points and then she puts a hand on her chest and she nods.
Ow.
She looks back towards Diana and she holds her hand. She holds her hand over where the crystalline veins are. And you can see Leon Ray close her eyes. And for a moment, nothing is happening. Another moment passes, and another moment passes. And then the room begins to shake. The lights within this place begin to flicker. And as you continue watching, you can see a trickle of blood coming down both of Leon Ray's nostrils. And as you continue watching, you see the crystalline veins beginning to recede from Diana's ears, cheek, neck, going down her neck, down to her collarbone, and then Leon Ray collapses.
Whoa. I try to grab her before she falls.
You grab her before her head hits the ground.
Wait, who else is in the room with me? Just Iris and...
I think everybody.
Pretty much everyone.
Oh, okay. Like, what did she just do?
I think she fixed it.
Okay, but she fainted.
Helix just starts cleaning up the blood. She's done this a couple of times now.
You can see on her fingertips as you're cleaning her up, you can see on her fingertips iridescent veins running through her fingertips, through her palms, and up her wrist.
Helix just kind of holds the palm, like a palm open. Just kind of looks at it for a moment. And then just kind of puts her hand back down. I don't think she fixed it. I think she just takes other people's burdens.
But why?
For some reason she's just doing that.
And at what cost? Like, do we even know what this is doing to her?
Well, she gets a nosebleed every time.
And what happens when it's no longer a nosebleed?
That's what I'm worried about. But I don't know what to do. Because she just keeps doing it. So, and there's not a lot of ways for us to, communicating with her is incredibly difficult. This is an incredibly frustrating situation, and she keeps getting presented with situations where She just volunteers and we don't quite understand what she's doing.
Well, maybe next time we just tell her no.
I think we've tried that.
You hear footsteps coming down from the upper floor. You see Franz coming back down, but this time he looks older. His hair is gray, shorter. His beard a little bit more scraggly. What was that? Was that an earthquake?
I'm sorry, what?
The shaking.
I just look around the room.
Is everybody okay?
Are you okay?
I was in the shower and the building began to shake. I got worried for a moment there. And he just looks around confused. His eyes sort of wide and gray. Esther comes running up the stairs as fast as an old woman can, and she runs towards Franz. Are you okay, dear? I'm fine. I'm fine. What was that? I don't know. Earthquakes don't usually happen on floating cities. And she just sort of hugs Franz, and they both look at your party.
I'm sorry. There was no earthquake.
Then what shook the house? And he sort of just looks out the window to see if anything is damaged outside, as if there was an earthquake.
No, I don't. That is very. Wait, did we encounter an earthquake, or did we just watch this happen?
The room shook.
Okay.
The house shook while Leon Ray was doing whatever she was doing.
Okay. I mean, there's been a lot of strange things happening magic-wise in the city over the past few weeks.
It doesn't seem like anything is damaged outside, and he just looks towards as long as everyone is okay. It was very sudden and very jarring.
Indeed, many things have been sudden and jarring.
He just nods towards you.
That's why we're investigating, so hopefully we'll figure out what's going on.
Good. And he just pulls Esther closer, and he kisses her on the forehead. Everything seems to be okay, dear. Everything seems to be okay. Esther just hugs him tighter, and she looks up at her and just buries her head in his chest, and they embrace for a few moments. What is the party doing now?
You said his appearance was different now?
Yes. He sort of looks he looks closer to Esther's age.
So his eyes are a different color.
His eyes are gray.
Which might be why Helix was dodging.
Yeah, much different than what you saw when you first entered.
So, we all are aware this is now a totally different man, right? Right, guys?
Is he still in earshot? Did they leave?
They're still in the hallway embracing.
She says this quietly.
Almost to the point of making out because, hey, they have this room.
Yeah. Helix may or may not have been wanting to ask if it was just them when it comes to making the earthquake, but anyway. Yeah, he's definitely different.
Great. Just another casual mystery to our day.
Yeah, but we did kind of feel like the former version himself looked familiar, correct?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay, well, that's not a conversation for right here. Right
No. So
In the
to
meantime,
forge?
let's get Leanne Ray bandaged up, and yeah, and then we'll, I guess, head to the forge.
Okay. So you take the time, you bring Leanne Ray back to her room. You get her fixed up as best as you can. You can see that she's not in pain. Her breathing is steady. She's just sleeping. And you can also see that the crystalline veins have not spread further than her forearm. And as further inspection, as you look at Diana, you can see that the crystalline veins are all but vanished.
Other than the crystalline veins being gone, has anything else changed with Diana?
Not really. Her appearance changed when you defeated her in the Moon Temple. But other than that, there's no other change.
Can we try, since those things are gone, can we try a healing spell or something? Like, see if that works?
You could.
Sure. I have, what is it? Healing hand. I'll just do that.
Okay. So, as opposed to before when you tried this, you feel the warmth leave your hand and go into her body. She sort of takes a deep breath and her eyes begin to flutter. And she looks up at you as her eyes focus. And she gives you a smile and she reaches up and touches your cheek. And you can see her struggling to speak, and she sort of whispers your name.
I'll just tell her it's okay and that she should just rest for now. We could talk later.
She blinks a few times, and you can feel her hand sort of slide down your face as the temporary strength that was given to her wanes, and her hands fall gently back. Her eyes flutter, closed, but you can see the smile remains. A kind, reassuring smile. Something within you, Tajir, feels comforted by it. Almost as if she was your mom.
One tear sheds.
And she falls
You're
back.
allowed to be happy to see your mom, Trajir.
Yeah, but so many questions.
Sure, we'll get answers eventually.
So the party makes their way back up to the Ember Heart Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
As we're leaving,
Sure.
you said there was like breakfast or dinner or something down there.
There's breakfast. Yeah, there's coffee,
Yeah.
tea, lumps of sugar, creamer, and almond milk. There's a few pancakes left. No bacon is left. There's a few pieces of sausages and some blood pudding.
Okay. You will see Helix kind of stop for a moment and then inspect all the food for some reason. And then go on about his day.
Okay.
Helix, I thought you didn't get hungry.
I don't. I just, for some reason, felt the need to make sure this food was edible.
Edible?
Yes. That people weren't going to get sick. I don't know why. It's on my mind.
There is Cyclospora running rampant through Mirage right now. Mainly lettuce, but you didn't see that on its menu.
No lettuce and pancakes.
No lettuce, no
Yeah.
avocados,
Yeah.
no eggs.
I just had a recent reminder of what things that could go wrong with food. So I got a little concerned.
Oh, yeah, okay. Kind of not the same, but more when we were looking at your memories, I think we might have heard your name.
Okay.
But like your other name.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
I know you said that was like a thing, so I didn't want to.
Yeah, I would appreciate that you don't call me that.
Yeah.
That's a name I put on a gravestone a long time ago. So it's okay that you know it. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, there are some that will call it to me that occasionally, but again, it's very rare. And
I just wanted you to know that we overheard.
okay, well, it's a name that when I'm in between, I guess is probably the best way to put it. That's a name that comes out then. That's not a name for now. Anyway, the food is edible, so onward.
All right, and as you make your way up to the Ember Heart Forge, you take note that there are more of these crystalline statues strewn about the city than normal. And as you inspect them closer, you can see much of them don't look like Almirage citizens. They look more like the Sakari refugees within this crystalline sort of form. And as you get closer, you reach the Ember Heart Forge. The lights are on. The doors are closed.
Monster stands outside. No.
Don't give him ideas. Navina's just gonna walk in.
Okay. As you open the doors and walk in, you see Horgal and Thighalia you see Bill and Rumana. Bill and Rumana are currently tinkering with something. Horgal and Thighalia are poring over a crystalline flower.
Oh, did you guys analyze that?
Navina, it's good to see you. Thighalia speaks up. I'm afraid we didn't find much.
What do you mean?
Well, this is a material that I've never seen before. I couldn't identify it, and there was no precedent to sort of go by. Nothing in my books, nothing in my contacts. I even discreetly asked a question to a Saraitel engineer, an acquaintance of mine, and it turned up nothing. Nobody in my network has seen this before, aside from, of course, the crystalline people outside.
And it's still magic resistant?
Yes, highly magic resistant. All forms, all schools of known magic. What I did find, though, is that it does run cold under the torch when it should run hot, and then flashes hot without warning when it shouldn't.
How hot?
Very hot. I melted a few pieces of lead plates that I set it on, trying to see if I could get any sort of reaction to it. And I went through more than a few dozen diamond tip instruments to try and work it.
It's that tough, exterior-wise?
Indeed, which begs the question how you were able to remove it. You didn't quite tell me how you came upon this. You just told me where.
I just used simple tools. I mean, it was just tools from my pack. I'm pretty sure it was my essentially a small knife and chisel I had.
And it just came out easily?
Yeah.
No effort.
I mean, it took me a minute, but I was also trying to be very careful with it. I wanted to get it intact.
And as you're speaking with Thighalia, you can see that her hand is bandaged.
Are you okay?
Yes. While I was trying to work with this, I nicked the palm of my hand, but it is nothing to worry about. Barely a scratch.
No crystal veins?
And she sort of unwraps her bandages. She looks and she shows you. You can see the beginnings of some. Maybe one or two strands. But very, very faint, like a tiny, tiny bit. It almost just looks like glitter on her hands. A speck of glitter.
Oh.
I'm sure in a few days' time it'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt.
Good.
It just feels sort of like, when you get a splinter in your palm. That's what it feels like. More annoying than anything.
It's like physical thing that you could grab, like a splinter?
She looks. No, I don't think there's anything lodged in there. It's more a cut. Like if you pricked your finger on a cactus needle.
Okay. Just keep an eye on it.
I will. You needn't worry about me, Davina. I've had my fair share of cuts before, working with materials like this.
Materials you could identify.
Of course. But it doesn't seem to be having much of an effect.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Horgal speaks up. We were able to fashion something, from working with it. And he brings up a covered item and he uncovers it. Navina, to your eyes, it looks like a mounting plate, something that you can attach whatever this is or something similar to it to a weapon of some sort.
Oh, when'd you make this?
It took us a better part of a week to try and figure out how to bond this thing to materials we're familiar with. You can thank Bill for that. He came up with the schematic. Bill just looks at you with a flustered face and sort of eyes that say, please help.
Good job.
Hey.
What you doing over there?
Trying to keep Rumana busy. We're just sort of tinkering with a few things, showing her how to make triggers. Not the whole gun, just the trigger and how it works. And he sort of just leans in close to you. I need a break. Your dad is crazy. I haven't left since you guys left. And it's just been errands here. Do this, do that, organize this, fetch me this, grab this, make this.
Yep. Not normal for you?
Not in this. Even if I wanted to learn something, I wasn't that crazy. Sorry to say, no offense.
Nah, you're not entirely wrong.
But yeah, I sort of drew up a schematic to see if we can sort of use whatever that thing is, turn it into something we can use.
We'd be able to recreate what you've made over here?
Probably, now that I have sort of a better idea of how it reacts to certain things. And then he sort of pulls out a stack of papers, and as you look at the papers, it's just schematics upon schematics of mounting options of how to attach that crystalline material to various sorts of weapons and instruments.
Good. I have a couple ideas for this specific purpose.
Perfect. I feel like we could use something like this. I mean, you told me that you ran into scorpions made of that material.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that would help. And he just pushes the schematics towards you. I've pretty much had enough of looking at those things, so they're all yours.
Thank you. Why don't you go take a nap or something, buddy. And then she'll like tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. And he just looks with fearful eyes at Horgal. Horgal just sort of puffs and then nods. You sure you don't need me for anything else? They're back, so you have what, 5 people here to be your slaves?
Oh, he's not that bad.
You weren't here. He whispers to you. He whispers to you conspiratorially. You weren't there. And he nods and he begins walking. And then he just turns to you, Salonia. And he points a finger. You're that woman that you were with before. She stopped by a few times to check in.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she wanted to see if that guy that came in here asking all those questions, if he stopped by again.
And did he?
No, he didn't. She just was checking in.
Oh, okay. When was the last time she stopped by?
A day or two ago. The days are now sort of blurred together.
What you mean, but for a different reason?
And he tosses the sending stone to you. Things stopped working after 3 days. I tried to send a message, but I got nothing but static back.
Yeah, sorry. I'm working on trying to make them more permanent.
That's all right. Nothing urgent. But yeah, she said, she'll probably stop by again. So just thought you'd know.
Good. No, thanks for telling me. I'll make sure to hang around here then.
Well, if y'all don't mind, if you don't need me for anything, I'm gonna head up and try and catch some shut-eye. And he begins making his way up the stairs. Horgal moves to you, Navina, and between you and Salonia. Does he talk to himself normally?
I mean, in what way?
Like when he thinks he's alone. I overheard him talking to himself. I couldn't understand what he was saying. But every time I ask, he claims he was just reciting working out loud. But I know he wasn't.
Like, you couldn't understand because you couldn't hear him properly, or like a different language?
Both.
Oh.
Now, I'm not sure if it sounded like a different language because I couldn't hear him properly, but there were a few words in there that I surely didn't recognize.
I haven't encountered that. And she'll look over at Salonia questioningly.
No. I mean, you've known him longer than I have. I mean, I know his spellbook had some other language in it, but he claimed to not be able to read it.
And I vaguely remember him saying that he's running from something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there was an incident with a courier. Claimed that there was something following him near the forge. Like, he described it as shadows, feathers, no form. But the courier swore that he felt like he was being followed by something from the market district and peeled off sort of only when he reached the forge. Bill didn't seem to be a fan of that. He went pale and silent for almost a full day.
It sounds like we need to talk to Bill.
Yeah. He's been very tight-lipped about all of that.
I don't know if I worked him too hard.
It might have been good for him.
I hope that's not the case.
No?
I mean, working him too hard, not the good for him part.
Well, either way, it probably helped distract him.
Yeah, and it seemed to help distract Romana too. She's coming around. She hates you a little less, Navina, but she's coming around. I think she just needs a little bit more time.
Yeah, I was planning to give it to her.
She keeps asking if she could see the girl again. I just told her I didn't know where she was. Bill kept that up as well.
Hopefully soon.
All right, I feel bad for the kid. That's all.
Yeah, I do too. I do have some questions.
Of course. For me or
about Mom.
Oh, right. Of course.
I'm assuming 30 is somewhere in the room.
Yeah, 30 is standing by the door, just looking around at the various tools and instruments and weapons on the walls, as if he's never seen anything like that before.
Mm-hmm. She'll like motion over to him to get him to come over.
His attention snaps to you, sort of out of a daze. Yes? And he begins moving towards you.
Before she starts speaking, she'll just take a glance over to Rumana. Does it look like she's paying attention to them?
No, she is currently working on whatever her and Bill were working on. You can see Bill just sat on the stairs, just leaning against the railing with his eyes shut. He didn't quite make it up to the room.
So close, Bill.
So close.
So, Dad, this is 30.
You can see his eyes widen as he looks at the both of you. And he just sort of pulls your hand and sort of leads you away slightly. What do you mean 30?
Like me.
He just looks up at you. You can see his eyes go wide for a moment. I need everyone in this room to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh.
What?
And 25, 19, 22, or that's a natural 20, and an 18.
A natural 20, but your modifier is -1.
Yeah. Everyone that rolled below a 25, your body seizes, goes stiff. You feel an electrical charge within the air. Salonia, you see your friends freeze in place.
Does everyone else in the room as well? Like Navina's dad?
Everyone in this room.
Everyone. Okay.
Sort of, they look like they're straining. Like they're trying to break free from something.
Sonia's gonna try to grab Navina by the shoulders and try to like shake her, see if like she can move her.
Stiff as a board. But you can see Navina's eyes moving.
Hit Navina, what's happening?
Can Avina move at all?
No. And as you try to speak, you cannot. Your mouth makes the motion, but the sound doesn't come out.
Oh, shit. She looks around at everyone and sees them in the same state.
In the same state. And you can hear footsteps coming down the stairs. And
She looks up.
as
Bill?
Bill is still frozen on the stairs, his head still against the railing. As this person moves down the stairs, you can see that he's wearing blue robes lined with gold. His hair shoulder length and curly black. Eyes cerulean. Short curly beard with a shock of gray. Silonia. And he walks towards you.
What are you doing here?
I believe you have something that I want.
I don't think I do.
He looks towards where you keep your artifact. I think you do, and you see a flare of energy in his eyes. Everyone in the room, and I will roll this openly. You take 19 points of psychic damage. As you hear muffled sounds of pain coming from each and every person in this room. Their eyes wide. He walks around your friends very nonchalantly. I believe you do. And he holds out a hand. It would be a shame if one of their stories ends here like this.
You've had other chances. Why now?
He just looks towards you. Why now? Well, now is when the voices are the loudest.
Voices. She's gonna glance over at Bodhi because he was the last person who had what they found, where they heard voices.
He looks around and he notices you looking at Bodhi. He walks over to Bodhi. You can see Bodhi straining. No, he doesn't have what I have. And then he walks over to Tajir. He pulls the scarab from Tajir, holds it in his palm. Interesting. And then he just tosses it. Not what I need. And then he walks towards you. And as he walks towards you, you see another flare in his eyes.
You don't need to do anything.
He holds out his hand towards you.
Do you even think you can use it?
I know what it is. Of course I can.
What is it then?
That is not of your concern.
If I give this to you, will you leave us alone forever?
Yes.
Will it bring people back from where they went in the storm?
That I do not know.
Are you gonna hurt anyone with it?
No. You can see his eyes flare again.
Just, hang on. I have it. And she's gonna slowly reach into her pocket and start to pull it out.
His eyebrow raises. And you have my word.
She's not doing this intentionally, but because of feeling threatened, necrotic shroud comes out.
Okay.
She's not doing it on purpose, but it's there
Mm-hmm.
as she pulls out the artifact.
And he notices. Very interesting. Seems you are more than meets the eye, Salonia.
And you can tell she's very reluctant, but she holds out the artifact.
He puts his hand under it, and his hands begin to close.
And she lets go.
He grabs the artifact, and he looks at it for a moment, and you can see his eyes flaring. You can see a grin beginning to form on his face. Thank you, Salonia. Make sure your friends know who saved their lives today.
You threatened their lives.
All will be revealed soon. And in a moment, smoke begins to rise, and he vanishes. And that is where we will pick up next time.
Dun dun dun!
The BBEG has